One rapper got raided midstream after police received reports of illegal gambling at a private event. Another was detained in handcuffs during a paintball tournament, while thousands watched live. These are rappers who got swatted on live. When Iggy Azalea agreed to appear on Neon's Kickstream in August 2025, she probably expected some wild content. Neon is known for his chaotic streams and controversial moments. The stream was rolling, the vibe was casual. And then, suddenly, officers appeared.
Private event. We got reports that there might be illegal gambling. No, we're just investigating. We're just investigating. It's a private event, bro.
All these strippers are real.
The confusion was immediate. Neon and his crew tried to explain that this was just a stream, just content, just entertainment. But the officers weren't backing down. They'd received a call, and they had to investigate.
We got reports. You're in charge here.
Yeah. What is the event?
So they're
Back away!
I think it's just pretend.
What do we do? Do we stand here?
Yeah, I think we should just watch because one of them might rip their pants off.
The whole situation devolved into chaos. Officers were ordering people to step back, to stand against the wall, to sit down. Meanwhile, streamers were still trying to figure out if this was real or some elaborate prank.
What are we doing next?
We're just streaming. Are you real?
Yeah.
Or
JCB.
not real?
My name's Officer Johnson.
Okay.
Miami-Dade Police.
Okay.
We just got reports that there might be illegal gambling.
Oh no, we're not gambling.
We're just watching the hamster.
That exchange is almost comical, but the situation was anything but funny. Multiple people got detained during the raid. Crew members were handcuffed while officers sorted out what was real and what wasn't. Iggy herself wasn't arrested, but her team members got caught up in the chaos. Iggy got caught up in someone else's swatting nightmare just by being a guest on a stream. But when this next content creator got swatted, he wasn't streaming from home. He was hosting a tournament in front of hundreds of people, and the police showed up with guns drawn, ready for war. DDG had planned everything perfectly. A massive paintball tournament, live streamed on YouTube, with friends, fans, and fellow creators all gathered in Castaic, California. Teams were competing, drones were capturing aerial footage, and the energy was through the roof. Then somebody made a phone call that changed everything.
1 second. Oh my. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Come on. I know.
It's okay. It's okay. Relax.
Bro.
Okay. First, we actually need crowd control.
Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies came rolling in heavy, multiple vehicles, officers with weapons drawn. The whole tournament came to a screeching halt.
I'm sorry, Cenat. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Some of the streamers were apologizing to the audience in real time. This was supposed to be content, supposed to be fun. Now everybody's getting detained while cops figure out what's real.
Wait, why are they saying move? Is move good?
No, he got arrested. That's what we were trying to think. That's why we went over there.
Are you serious?
They swatted move.
Let me go. I'm gonna go check on him.
The audacity of it. Whoever made that call didn't just report a generic threat. They described actual people at the event. DDG himself was handcuffed and placed in the back of a police car. His team tried to explain. This was paintball, not real guns. But when tactical units think they're responding to an active shooter, explanations wait.
This is why we don't say the location. Yeah, I'm just saying.
If anything,
That's the lesson nobody wants to learn the hard way. Share your location publicly, and you become a target. Eventually, deputies confirmed it was a swatting call. Everyone was released. The tournament continued, but DDG later titled his video about the incident, "I almost died today." And he wasn't exaggerating. DDG's tournament turned into a crime scene because of one phone call. But when this next hip-hop media personality got swatted, he walked out of his own house to find himself staring down more guns than he could count. DJ Akademiks has made a career out of covering hip-hop drama. He's been in the middle of beefs, called out rappers, and built a massive following on platforms like Rumble and Kick. But on May 23rd, 2025, he was streaming from home, just doing his regular show, when suddenly his whole world turned upside down.
Yeah, nah, somebody swatted me. One of y'all, some hate swatted me.
The police didn't just show up, They came with everything. Akademiks described walking out to 16 AR-15s pointed directly at him. Officers screaming commands. His whole block shut down. Neighbors watching as tactical units swarmed his property.
It was going crazy just now. They said somebody called and reported that somebody was shot in the house.
Somebody had called the police, claiming there was a shooting inside his house. But here's what made it even more twisted. The caller posed as Akademiks' sister. The problem? Akademiks doesn't have a sister. But the call was convincing enough that police treated it as completely credible.
They said somebody called in claiming they were my sister. And they said, we know you, we don't know you to have a sister, but it felt credible. And I'm like, okay.
What made things worse was that Akademiks had just switched phones. His old number was dead, so when police tried to call him to verify what was happening, they couldn't reach him. That's when they decided to roll out with the full tactical response.
My phone dead. I gotta go charge that phone. They said we tried to call you. That's why they said we tried to call you to try to confirm like what's going on with you. Your phone is dead. So this phone, remember I switched phone numbers. This phone go to a different number.
Akademiks was eventually cleared and released. The captain even came down personally to make sure everything was okay. But the experience left him shaken. He talked about his anxiety, his claustrophobia when they briefly put him in the back of a police car, and the very real danger of what could have happened.
Man, he almost got me shot just now. Yo, I'm watching one like fidgeting with his finger on the trigger. I'm like, hold on, brother. Like my hand is up so high, I'm on my tippy toes.
That image, Akademiks on his tippy toes with his hands as high as possible while watching an officer's finger on the trigger, tells you everything about how close these situations can get to tragedy. Akademiks survived his swatting, but the psychological damage from having guns pointed at you doesn't just go away. And speaking of psychological damage, when this next power couple's home got swatted, they weren't even there to deal with it. But their uncle was about to have the night of his life interrupted in the worst way possible. It was August 2023, and Cardi B and Offset were out of town in Los Angeles. Their massive Georgia mansion was being watched over by Offset's uncle Derek, who was just trying to enjoy a quiet night. He had no idea that his evening of playing Call of Duty was about to turn into an actual Call of Duty situation. The 911 call that came in was horrifying. The caller claimed that Cardi B had been shot in the head and that someone inside the house was firing at police. The kind of report that brings every available unit running.
The caller advised he's going to come out and fire upon the officer. Come out and fire upon the officer.
Yeah, you might as well stay back for now.
Officers loaded their weapons. They approached the property expecting the worst. They were ready for a shootout. And inside, Derek had no idea any of this was happening. He was just gaming, minding his own business, when suddenly his world exploded with sirens and lights.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming out that fast. If something was like that would have happened, but you're the only one in the house? Yeah, it's the only one. I'm keeping the house until they get back in town. Yeah. Dang. So there was no get together or any kind of BS like that here tonight? No, sir. He was my nephew right here.
Derek stayed remarkably calm as he explained the situation to officers. He got Offset on the phone so police could confirm that everything was fine, that Cardi wasn't shot, that nobody was firing at anyone, that this was all a sick prank.
On the line, Drew, but we got a police right here. He said that somebody said Cardi got shot. Your wife got shot.
Stay calm, bro. We in LA.
I'm talking to him right now. I'm in front of him. I got you on speakerphone.
The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Derek was literally playing Call of Duty when the real police showed up ready for battle. He even joked about it to the officers.
I'm in the house playing a game, and my neighbor Patrick called me and said like, they said somebody got shot in the house. Are you okay? I said, I'm playing a game, man. Like, he's like, everything's good. And I come out here, man. You got the whole Call of Duty out here, man. I'm playing Call of Duty.
The body cam footage released months later showed just how seriously police took the initial call. They had surrounded the property, weapons ready, prepared for an active shooter situation, all because someone decided to make a fake phone call. Cardi and Offset weren't even there to experience the terror firsthand, but their family member had to deal with the consequences of someone's sick idea of entertainment. But when this next mega streamer got swatted live in LA, he was right there in the middle of it, shaking on camera as helicopters circled overhead. When Adin Ross moved to Los Angeles, he thought he was upgrading his setup, leveling up his streaming career, and leaving behind all the drama. But what he didn't expect was to become a target for one of the most dangerous pranks in the streaming world. And on this particular night in November 2022, somebody decided to test him. Adin was live, just doing his regular thing with his crew, when suddenly his friend Anthony burst into the room with news that changed everything.
There's a SWAT team at my house right now, bro. I can hear him.
Yeah, send Anthony outside.
Yup, he's coming right now. I hear it. All right.
The room went cold. Adin's face dropped. This wasn't a joke. He could hear the helicopters outside, the walkie-talkies crackling through the walls. Somebody had called in a fake emergency, and now his whole house was surrounded by armed police.
Why? Why do y'all do this to people, bro? Like, why do y'all do this, bro? Why the y'all SWAT people?
The desperation in his voice was real. Adin knew exactly what was happening. He'd seen the headlines, knew streamers who'd been through this before, and he knew how wrong things could go if somebody made the wrong move.
I hope whoever's doing it, bro, you live the worst happens to you, like, bro. I hope you never amount to anything. Hope bad happens to you all your whole life, bro.
But Adin made a choice that might have saved his life. Instead of panicking, instead of running, he kept the stream rolling. He wanted everything documented. He wanted the world to see exactly what was happening in case things went sideways.
I'm actually like scared right now, bro. Guys, just everyone be quiet and come here and put your hands up. I'm not even joking. Like, actually, like, yeah, just put it up, bro.
You could see him shaking on camera, his hands trembling as he instructed his friends on how to survive this moment. Hands up, don't move fast, don't reach for anything. These were survival instructions being given in real time to people who never signed up for this.
I know. No, I'm scared. This happened to me, bro. I almost died. No joke. They're gonna come with guns, right? They're coming with guns, yeah.
The whole situation lasted several tense minutes before police cleared the house and confirmed it was a hoax. But the damage was done. The psychological impact of having armed officers storm your home while thousands watch live, that doesn't just disappear. Adin's swatting was terrifying enough, but at least he only had to deal with it once that night. When this next mega streamer got hit during one of the biggest streaming events of the year, it was just another chapter in an ongoing nightmare. Cenat was in the middle of his legendary Mafia-thon 2, a 30-day streaming marathon that had broken records and captured the attention of millions. Celebrities were pulling up, content was flowing, and Kai was cementing himself as one of the biggest streamers on the planet. Then he noticed something outside. The sound of rotors. Getting closer.
Production, can y'all show the helicopter in the sky? Can anybody in production show the helicopter in the sky? Y'all got a helicopter surrounding my house, bro!
The production team scrambled to get the shot. And when they did, chat went crazy. This wasn't a news helicopter. This wasn't a coincidence. Somebody had called in something serious.
See? I don't know, but y'all could just keep it on this one. Oh my gosh, yes, look. Oh my gosh.
The realization hit him in real time. While hundreds of thousands watched, Kai was putting together what was happening. A helicopter doesn't just circle your house for no reason.
W prank, you didn't hear Cuddy? What are you pranking for? You didn't just hear Cuddy? Oh my God.
Chat was calling it a W prank, like this was entertainment. But Kai wasn't laughing. He'd heard what the caller told police.
Someone in the house shot their brother and killed them, then shot themselves. A murder, Stu.
The kind of call that brings out every unit in the area. Kai handled it with remarkable composure, but you could see the fear behind his eyes. This wasn't his first time being swatted, and he knew it probably wouldn't be his last. Kai's experience shows how swatting has become almost routine for the biggest names in streaming. But this isn't just a new phenomenon. Legends have been dealing with this for years. When this next hip-hop icon got targeted, the caller made up an elaborate story designed to bring out the full force of law enforcement. Lil Wayne's mansion on La Gorge Circle in Miami Beach is the kind of place that screams success. 15,000 square feet of luxury, the result of decades at the top of hip-hop. But on a Wednesday afternoon, all that success meant nothing when someone decided to make him a target. The call that came in was horrifying in its detail. The caller claimed to have shot 4 people inside the home. Police had no choice but to treat it as a mass shooting in progress.
What first sounded like a potentially horrific situation Wednesday afternoon.
Call came in referencing an individual stating he had shot 4 people inside this ritzy Miami Beach home.
Ended up being another sort of evil, swatting.
Multiple units responded. Helicopters, SWAT teams. The full tactical response you'd expect when someone claims to have shot 4 people. And all of it descended on Lil Wayne's property, based on a lie.
Can you say for sure this was a hoax? We can say for sure it was a hoax?
The house belongs to rapper Lil Wayne. He and local authorities were the victims of a swatting prank.
Here's what makes swatting even more insane. The cost to taxpayers. Miami Beach police estimated that this single hoax cost around $10,000 in wasted resources. But that's on the low end. Another swatting incident in Long Beach was estimated to cost closer to $100,000.
Miami Beach police tweeted out that Wednesday's hoax was a waste of resources.
Fake calls cost real money, about $10,000 each time.
And that's on the low end.
But the financial cost is nothing compared to the human cost. People have died from swatting. Lil Wayne wasn't even home when the SWAT team arrived. He was at a recording studio in North Miami Beach. But imagine if he had been there. Imagine if he'd been asleep and woken up to armed officers storming his bedroom. The potential for disaster was enormous. Wayne's swatting was based on a complete fabrication. But when this next legendary rapper's crew got surrounded by SWAT, it wasn't a fake call. It was a real misunderstanding that could have ended in tragedy. Young Thug had just finished performing at the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh in August 2016. The show was over, the energy was high, and he and his crew were loading up into vans to head out. Standard post-concert procedure. Nothing out of the ordinary. Then venue security noticed something that changed everything. Someone in Young Thug's entourage had a visible gun. That's when everything changed.
They're all trying to get into the van, and then suddenly the SWAT team comes in.
In the post-Paris attacks era, in a world where mass shootings were becoming increasingly common, venue security wasn't taking any chances. They called police immediately, and police called for backup, and that backup came with tactical gear and weapons drawn. The video from that night is intense. You can hear the commands being shouted, see the weapons being raised, feel the tension in the air. One wrong move, and this could have been a tragedy. But the person filming did exactly the right thing, dropped the phone, and got his hands up immediately. Here's where it gets interesting. Young Thug's security team was carrying 4 firearms. All of them registered, all of them legal. The person with the visible gun, fully licensed to carry.
There's someone from Young Thug's team, security, we're told they had 4 guns on them, but guess what? They're all registered and he's licensed to carry, so the police can do nothing about it.
Once the paperwork was verified, once everyone's licenses were confirmed, the whole situation de-escalated. No arrests, no injuries, everyone went on their way. But for those few minutes when SWAT had weapons drawn on Young Thug's crew, anything could have happened.
The police checked everyone, they had their license to carry, and everyone went on their merry way, which is exactly the way
how it's supposed to go.
Exactly the way it should play out.
This situation was different from traditional swatting. It wasn't a fake call. It was a real concern that got escalated. But it shows the same dangerous dynamic. Armed officers responding to what they think is a threat. Innocent people on the other end, hoping nothing goes wrong. Young Thug's situation ended peacefully because everyone cooperated and the paperwork checked out. But when this next international superstar got swatted, he was live on camera for millions to watch as police shut everything down. IShowSpeed is one of the most explosive personalities in streaming. His energy is unmatched, his reactions are legendary, and his audience is absolutely massive. But on this particular day in 2022, all that energy meant nothing when armed officers came knocking. Speed was live, doing his thing, when suddenly someone burst in with news that no streamer wants to hear.
Oh, they swatted you, bro. They swatted you. Okay. Yeah.
Bro, is that public?
Yeah, I got it. You good, bro.
Bro, I didn't go, bro. Oh my God, bro. I swear I didn't do nothing, bro.
The police weren't playing around. They came in ready for whatever the fake call had described. And they didn't care who Speed was or how many people were watching his stream. That exchange says everything. Speed's fame meant nothing in that moment. The officers had a job to do, and they were going to do it regardless of who was in front of them or how many viewers were watching. When you're responding to what you think is a real emergency, celebrity status is irrelevant. The situation got even more awkward when officers tried to understand what Speed was doing when the call came in.
No, I believe you. I believe that that's a good thing. I believe that's what? Wait for this to happen? No, fucking breaking the PS4.
They had to explain to police officers that this grown man was streaming himself breaking a PlayStation 4, that he wasn't doing anything dangerous, that someone had called in a fake report just to cause chaos on his stream.
When you play video games live, we're gonna shut that part down for right now.
Don't turn it off. Yo, chat, spam L in chat. They're making us turn it off, but we'll keep y'all updated.
Speed's cameraman handled it the only way he knew how, by telling the chat to spam Ls because the stream was getting shut down. But underneath that bravado, you could tell the situation had rattled him. Speed's experience shows how swatting has become almost routine for big streamers. It shouldn't be normal, but it is. And while most of these incidents involve fake calls, sometimes celebrities end up in police confrontations over real disputes that spiral out of control. While this wasn't technically a swatting incident, DaBaby's January 2020 encounter with Miami police shows just how quickly any celebrity interaction with law enforcement can escalate. The body cam footage captures a tense situation that could have gone sideways at any moment. DaBaby had a dispute with a promoter over a $20,000 payment for a performance. Things allegedly got physical outside the Nobu Hotel, and police were called. But from DaBaby's perspective, the whole situation was overblown.
Hey, reference, what robbery investigation?
Robbery, I got $300,000 right now, all blue hundreds.
When officers told DaBaby he was being detained for alleged robbery, his response was incredulous. He's one of the biggest rappers in the country. He's got hundreds of thousands in cash on him. Why would he need to rob anyone?
I'm not robbing nobody. I've got more artists in the country. Cut that out. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I need to go to my room. You know what? I ain't robbing nobody. Y'all cut that out.
The frustration in his voice was palpable. Here's a man who's made it, who's achieved everything he set out to achieve, and he's being treated like a common criminal based on allegations that he knew were exaggerated.
Put my wallet in my pocket, zip it up. Yes, sir. But when y'all robbing me, y'all robbing me. Come on, bro, don't put them shit that tight. I got you.
The charges against DaBaby were eventually dropped. The whole incident turned out to be a dispute that got blown out of proportion. But the body cam footage serves as a reminder that for celebrities, especially black celebrities, any interaction with police carries inherent risk. Whether it's a swatting hoax or a payment dispute gone wrong, the outcome depends on everyone keeping their cool. And in a world where split-second decisions can mean the difference between going home and making headlines for all the wrong reasons, that's a heavy burden to carry.